Hi my loves, how's it going? How you guys doing? Welcome back to another video, and it's time for April empties. As always, I'm so excited to share this with you because I managed to have a decent chunk of empties. This month was hard though, I will be honest, because I think it was almost like 3 weeks in and I had only 4 items as empties, and I was like, huh, I wonder if that is all it's going to be. And then I found a few products that were on its last leg, so I really decided to focus in on them in the last week and a half. And I managed to pull through and have a decent chunk of empties, which I'm so excited to share. But please make sure you like, subscribe, and comment down below. And let's dive right into this video. So I have a lot of empties, but I have a few declutters as well this month. I want to start off by this because it's a big bulky product. This was the Nivea Light Body Lotion. It's the Q10 plus vitamin C firming lotion. I don't necessarily know if this did anything firming wise for my body, but I do know that it sunk in very, very quickly and it did not feel like I had lotion on, and I really liked it. It's really nice and hydrating. I don't know how many years old this is because my mum had it in her stash and I kind of just stole it from her. But I really like this. I have quite a lot of body lotions myself. If you've seen my project, 50 Shades of Black, you'll see I've got so many body lotions I've actually thrown into that project. And I'm really going to try to use those up first before I go back to this body lotion. But it's a 10 out of 10 for me. I really like this. I'll always go back to this. Any sort of lotion from Nivea, especially body lotion, has been amazing. And I'll always go back to one of their body lotions. As always, there is this shampoo empty. This is just the Trichology Revitalizing Scalp Shampoo, which has caffeine, lime, and ginseng in there. I just love the scent of this shampoo. It does what it needs to do. It's a fairly affordable one, and that's why I keep going back to it time and time again. I'll probably take a break from this soon once I finish whatever else I have, and that is just because I think my hair has now somewhat started to get used to this shampoo, and I've had it for about, I think I've been using it for about a year, if not like a little bit longer. That's quite some time. So I think once I'm done with whatever of these I have in my stash, I will rotate to a different shampoo and a different brand, see how it goes, and then come back to this at a later time. Excuse how grimy this is, but I finished off this massive giant shower gel. This is just I think the brand is Original Source. And I don't know who picked this up from my family, but somebody did, and then I just ended up using the whole thing. I really like using their shower gels. I think they're pretty affordable, but they're really, really good and it feels really cleansing. And I really like these. I always tend to like pick up one of these. So yeah, at the moment I'm just sharing whatever we have in the bathroom with whoever else is using it. But yeah, I'm not really too bothered about the type of shower gels that I use, as long as they feel like I've been cleansed, then I'm okay. I also use up this product from Trichology, and this is the Rebalancing Scalp Tonic. This just kind of helps with the amount of itchiness that I get. I have been using this for some time, but I don't understand if it's getting worse or if it's getting better, or if it's still the same. I'm very confused by that, and I should probably go to a doctor very, very soon. But like, it's so difficult to get appointments. It's actually quite insane. But yeah, I've got a few more of these in my backups. I just haven't grabbed it because I literally reshuffled well, I did like a deep clean, and then like I reorganized a lot of stuff. And in the drawer now that I'm keeping my products, it's got everything in there. So it's my perfumes, it's got all of the skincare that's currently open that I'm panning or and want to pan in for like any project pan. Same with hair care and body care. So like I have no more space in that particular drawer, and I'm trying not to grab anything else to force myself to use everything else that I have. So far it's going okay, but like eventually I will need to dig this out, because it's like pretty staple product that I have in my routine. I finally used this up, and this is the Miso aesthetic. I don't even know how you pronounce it, but it's the acne one, like treatment type of serum thing. I did like a skin procedure, like I think it was Morpheus something. It's basically microneedling, but it felt like a really intense version of microneedling. That was very painful. I don't necessarily recommend it because so much stuff has come out about Morpheus, the machine. So I don't really know, but I would say do your due diligence and research before you go. I kind of got thrown into that. But like I feel like my acne scars really needed it at the time. They are definitely better, but it's a very painful procedure. And yeah, even with numbing cream, it's fucking painful. It's like having like 20 or 15 needles, something like that, in your face at one go, rather than like the one or two needles that you probably would have if it was just like regular dermaplaning. So keep that in mind before you go. And the last session that I had, the guy that was doing it, he was so flipping aggressive with my skin, and I couldn't do it. I really couldn't do it after that. So I refused to go back to that salon. But yeah, I kind of got this from there because anytime after like the the micro needling, I would break out like so much. So they told me to use this to help with the acne breakouts because they were worried that the way that I was breaking out, I might end up scarring or stuff like that. Did use this. It's actually not too bad. Whenever I've had acne, it does help with that. But it was on the older side, so I'm kind of glad it's finally used up and gone. It feels like it took me the longest time to use this product, but thank God it's finally done. Whatever else is left in it, I cannot get out. I can't even open the top of this. The first bottle of this that I used, I really loved it and I thought it was amazing. Then this was the second bottle, and I can't remember if this bottle was the one I got from Amazon or if it was the one that I got from ByMehshake. I have a feeling it was from Amazon and that's why it sucked and the formula wasn't the same, because I have heard that quite often amongst a lot of people. But yeah, I don't necessarily think I'll go back and repurchase this. I think my skin needs something else. I'm still looking for that product that really works for my skin. I just don't see myself needing this particular product as part of my routine because I don't really feel like either one of those bottles did too much for me. Only times when I've had like extremely like when I've basically screwed up my skin and it like needed the barrier to heal, it wasn't a bad product to use. It is kind of like hydrating, or like it helps with the hydration healing process. I'm not exactly sure if that is what it's supposed to do, but that's just kind of what I felt and saw. But I wouldn't necessarily go out and buy it today again if I was to do like a skincare haul, if you know what I mean. I used up this sunscreen. It was not the best one that I have used. This was from Kane. It's the Green Fit Pro sunscreen. This has a white cast, so you have to be very careful. But if you use too little, it's basically kind of useless, and it makes no sense to then use it. With all my sunscreens, I use two fingers. Like you literally just draw two lines, one on each finger, and then you would use that on your face. However, that itself gave me such a white cast. So if you are not white, I just wouldn't recommend this at all. And if you're not, and even when I say that, I mean if you're not pale, then I wouldn't recommend this because it will leave a white cast, and that was very frustrating. Because I felt like if I had to go outside and it was like a quick errand, if I ever used this, I feel like I had to cover myself up before I could even leave the house because it would always give me a white cast. And even if I went to go ahead and like touch up throughout the day, that that was like a definite like white cast. There was nothing I could do to avoid it. And I also didn't really feel like my makeup sat too nicely on top of this foundation, so I avoided it during the weddings when I like a wedding event that I had throughout April because I did not want to have this ruining my makeup because I was on a time crunch each day when it came to me doing my makeup. So yeah, I wouldn't necessarily go back to buy this. I do still think I do prefer a lot of the Korean products. There are some sunscreens that I have used in the past that were really good and I can see myself repurchasing. This just didn't make the cut for me. I used up this eye cream. This is the Nivea Q10 Power Anti-Wrinkle and Brightening Eye Cream. I thought this was rubbish as an eye cream, but it could also be because of how old it is and it's lost its effectivity or effectiveness. I don't know whichever word it is. But I felt like this started to make my under eye like dry. So I stopped using it on my eye and I use it on my face instead as a moisturizer, but then it just burnt. So then I use it as like on my arms and my hands, and it's done. I actually stole this from my mum because it was in her stash and she wasn't using it, so I just took it from her and started using it. And yeah, don't recommend using old stuff. I used up a hair product and I'm so excited I used this one up. This is the Olaplex number 3, which is the repairing and strengthening bond type product. My hair is so dry and I'm running out of hairstyles to do. Actually, to be fair, I haven't even experimented, but my hair is very damaged. So if I was to straighten it, you could really tell the damage, especially at the ends that need to be chopped off. Because I don't know if it happens to anybody else, but when you straighten it and the ends are so dead, they kind of like just flick in like this, and that's what mine's doing right now. So like I don't straighten my hair. It's too hot to straighten it now anyway, because like seems the UK just skipped spring altogether and now we're in summer. But yeah, I really needed it and it was pretty helpful, but it was just a small little bottle. So yeah, I really need to book in for like a hair appointment soon, but I'm still a bit like, do I just chop off all the bleached hair or do I just chop off the damaged part and let the bleached part like just be there for like a bit of a fun little like pop of color? I don't really know, but I've stopped buying Olaplex. It's been a while since I've last bought the products. This ended up in my collection in a goodie bag, I believe. I don't know when, but I've had it for some time, and honestly, it's nice that it's finally done. Oh geez, it looks like something's leaked in here, but I don't know what it is. I use up this Sunday Riley CEO Afterglow vitamin C cream. I love a good vitamin C product and vitamin C creams in general because I do feel like it's always really helpful when it comes to my acne pigmentation. With acne scarring, it's really difficult for that to disappear, but with acne pigmentation, I love vitamin C products. My skin, unfortunately, anytime I break out, it always leaves pigmentation behind. So I do find that the best way to get rid of it is using sunscreen because it's protecting, but also using that paired with a vitamin C product, whether that is a serum or like a moisturizer, for me works really, really well. And I think I'll continue doing that as long as I can because I don't think I'll ever stop bloody breaking out, if I'm being honest. I have a perfume empty and I'm so excited. This is part of one of my projects, and this is the Kayali Eden Sparkling Lychee. At first, I didn't really like this. I got this last year. It was actually a gift for like Secret Eid. Essentially, it's the same thing as Secret Santa, but just for like Eid. And my cousin got me this. I actually wanted to try a different scent, and then she just, I don't know if that was just wasn't available or not, but she got me this in the end. And at first, I was like, oh, okay, like it kind of just smells like cowpole to me, and it really did. But like the longer it's kind of like sat, I feel like the scent has sort of changed. So I will say that about the Kiali products. I do feel like the longer you leave them, the scent does sort of like it marinates and it does become a little bit slightly different, but it did become a scent in the end that I really, really enjoyed. And then I kind of just like flew through this perfume. I'm definitely going to be buying this one once my no buy is over, but that is up until like December 31st. And then I will be buying like a chunk of perfumes. I already have a wish list of everything that I want ready to go, only if it's on sale, of course, because we are still broke out here. But yeah, love this scent. I really want to try buying more not even try. I just want more Kayali perfumes because the scents are so nice. Like I have about 10, if not like most of the perfumes that she has out, I really want the full size versions of. So yeah, we'll see how it goes and if I even ever get around to doing that. But yeah, loved it. Would recommend it if you like slightly more like fruity but sweet scents. Um, or just love the smell of cowpole. I used up a hair oil. I used up one, I think. I don't know if it was last month or the months before Empties. I got two. One came in like the Moroccan oil like box set that I think either looked fantastic or Cult Beauty did. And then they gave like a free gift purchase as well because I spent over a set amount of money. Would I recommend this? No, because I don't really think it does much. Also, I don't like colonization. That's what I'm gonna say for that. But yeah, I wouldn't really necessarily recommend it. I don't like the entire like line. I've tried the shampoo, the conditioner, and it's dried the hell out of my hair. The shower gel packaging was absolutely atrocious because if you have any sort of like issues with like dexterity or just anything like that, pains or cramps in your hands, you're not gonna have a fun time or an easy time using it. I'm just glad that I've only got one large one of these left and I would never ever buy these again. I bought these, it was like I think the summer of 2023, and I've kind of just had these in my collection, but I'm really trying hard to just get them over and done with now. I use up a gloss. It feels like it's been a while since I've used up a gloss. I don't even know if I have used one up this year so far. Like I need to go back and check. But this is from Tower 28. It's just a clear gloss. This is the shade Chill. It is a very beautiful, like shiny gloss. The formula is very nice as well. The only problem with Tower 28 is they're a clean blend. They are a clean. Oh my god, they are a clean brand. So the products do have a much shorter shelf life than others, and it's not by the label, it's just in general. They would have a shorter time lasting in your collection than other like non-clean makeup brands would. I will eventually repurchase things from Tower 28. Just right now is not that time because I have so many lip products and so many like just glosses alone. Like if you forget the entire lip category, just glosses alone is insane. I will add like my makeup inventory somewhere up above. But yeah, it was a nice gloss. I would recommend it. I think the formula of this was very, very nice. This is the last product that I have as an empty. This is the e.l.f. Ride or Die Lip Balm, and it's the Mighty Mint scent. I wasn't the biggest fan of the formula because it's very sort of like thick. I think it's kind of like Vaseline, but just slightly like, I guess, scented. The only issue I had with this in the winter, it would freeze, and then in the summer it would melt, but in a really bad way. And there was like no consistency, and sometimes, especially when it's cold, it does become very difficult to push out the packaging, and it was just very frustrating to use. I did not like this, and I bought like I think all of the scents at the time, and then I ended up giving one to my cousin, and this is the last one that I had, and it's finally used up, which I'm really happy to like see because I have like so many lip balms as well. Like it's actually quite atrocious. But yeah, it wasn't the best formula. I would like to try the newer sort of like lip balms that they have. I know that they also have a tendency to like discontinue a lot of products and like just rebrand and like reformulate stuff too. So yeah, am I in the rush to buy these anytime soon? Absolutely not, because I have so many lip balms, especially from Sunday Friday. No, some of Fridays because I like went a bit crazy. But yeah, the last part of like this sort of monthly empties is the actual like trash, which is stuff that I found that I'm going to be decluttering, and it is 5 products. And I think I'll do more of these more often rather than doing actual like individual declutters because I think that just stresses me out too much. And then I don't declutter as much as I probably should. Whereas this way, it's a lot less stressful. It's like small things even at a time, and I can cope with that. Do you know what I mean? The first thing that's gonna go is this lip gloss. It's from Fenty. I've actually used a good chunk of it, but it got to a point where like anytime I was using it, it would sort of like hit the back of my throat, and I would just be having a coughing fit, and because it is expired, it just felt really kind of weird. Um, and then I felt like I used to sometimes like have a sore throat and my throat would start to hurt. Like that's time for a product to leave. Like I am not putting myself through that. It's not worth it. It was a nice shade. I do love like movie tones in general. They are probably my most favorite to like use and play around with. I did get almost like I got a good chunk of use out of here. Like, but where the line is where I was at. Am I gonna miss this? Probably, but probably not actually. I preferred her other formula a lot more than the cream formulas. That I probably wouldn't be buying this formula ever again from her, but I will try the other one. Obviously, again, not yet because I have so many other like glosses, so I don't even need it. But that's just like the first product to go. Lastly, I've got 4 lip products. I was actually just like reorganizing my makeup drawers because I kind of needed to reshuffle things to make everything sort of fit. And yeah, I just wanted, because the lipsticks were kind of like thrown into a drawer, it kind of just made sense for me to like sort of sniff test them as I was putting them away. And these 4 stink. So this one, these 3, they melt, but they just stink like Play-Doh chemically, like you just know it's gone. But these are all from like recent collections, so I'm kind of gutted that they all smell like that because they really shouldn't. This is from Odin's Eye, but like this doesn't smell in like a bad way. It just smells very strong in scent that was never there before. And I think these are like lightly scented, but it does have a very intense sort of smell. And I'm not putting that on my lips. It was a beautiful color. The formula of this was actually really, really good. But I never really got around to using these as much as I really wanted to. It is a shame, but it is what it is. But these are the 4 that I'm like gonna be leaving my actual stash. I'll probably keep these 3 in like my makeup memory box because I love the packaging and I love Nightmare Before Christmas, and these are all from there. They're obviously not shades I would really, really use, but it's fine. But yeah, I'm gonna keep these anyway, and then this one is gonna be recycled. That was everything now for April's empties. There wasn't as much in here, but you know what? Anytime something gets used up and gets out of my collection, it makes me really happy, especially those products that have been open for a really long time that I've kind of been neglecting, or anything that is obviously part of any projects, because that just means that the next update I can actually roll something else in. I'm also at a point now where I'm kind of getting bored of my skincare. I really want to like buy something new. It's been a while as well since I bought any sort of like new sort of skincare. I want to say it's been about over a year, possibly, or almost a year. It's definitely been quite some time, but I don't want to do that just yet because I have a lot of products still to get through. I should probably do like an updated inventory for like skincare products at some point. I'll get around to that when I get around to that. But yeah, I have still got a long way to go. But yeah, hopefully next month I can have a little bit more empties and just be a little bit more consistent with actually doing my skincare again, because it's not been something I've been doing that much. And the same thing goes with makeup, because I feel like the last time I did makeup was like over 2 weeks ago, and that was because I was at a wedding. And like anytime before or after then, I've not really touched up on my makeup. So it's been a long time. I feel like I've generally forgotten how to just sit down, relax, and do makeup. So yeah, hopefully next month is a little bit different. I have a few more exciting empties to share with you guys. But that is everything for today's video. Thank you for watching. Bye.